This is the Off the Break Podcast, your podcast dedicated to current movie theater news, operations, and insights from the people that book the movies.
Welcome back to another episode of Off the Break Podcast. I'm Kyle, and joining me today is Codi and Alyssa.
Hello.
Hi.
Where we had one thing on the docket that was going to be the topic, but a nice surprise came in that we're going to talk about more later that we're pretty hyped for.
Yes.
Very exciting.
So happy.
Yes.
The tides are turning.
It's always a good day when the main topic appears just
Yeah.
before you're about to record.
I know. And so we're so
Keep it
happy,
spicy.
so happy and thrilled.
Well, first, how about we kick things off by talking about what's been going on with bookings in the box office lately, and I feel like Hoppers is just the first thing that we got to mention about.
Yeah. Yeah. Open strong. You don't never really know about kids' movies in this first quarter. Like they can just kind of go away or they can be really, really good. They could be hidden gems. And I think Hoppers was just really solid and it was cute and it's a great Pixar movie. Not their strongest, but we need these ones. Definitely.
Yeah. It came as a surprise to me that this is their first major opening for an original title from them since 2017's Coco, which
That's
that
crazy.
was 2017, 50
Yeah.
million. It grossed very well as it continued its run. And it just got announced for a sequel too just recently. So clearly there has been an establishment of time with this title that it's beloved. So that's the thing with these original IPs. Like while it's not always going to be such a big pop, as a massive pop as some may say, like we got to take these victories still because it could have a long theatrical run and it could have a lasting impact too.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's definitely a Pixar and I feel bad for Pixar because they had a couple misses. The pandemic really like threw things off. I think they really hit a low and then this is like starting to gain back. And you appreciate Pixar because they're always original stories.
Which is so great to have.
Yeah, and they're always different. They're not a Disney princess film like what we usually see in, November and stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy. And who doesn't love beavers? So I enjoyed it.
Personally, I'm going to be glad for that joke to be gone.
No,
Oh my God. Constant.
beavers never go away. In fact, when we went, I took the boys to it and then I got them the little plushies.
This is a great transition, by the way.
That Regal had. Yeah. And the king beaver and the main character beaver Avatar. And my son has now put them in the window, in his bedroom window, like looking out over the thing. So now we just have beavers watching our neighborhood. It's so cute.
Okay. Alyssa, anything to add on for Hoppers?
No, it's also a nice time frame with around spring break. So
Yeah.
also really nice to have a successful kids movie around that time frame.
We've had a couple between Goat and now Hoppers,
Yeah.
and then we're going into Mario.
And then
like
it's just boom, boom, boom. Stack them up.
so much like family content. It's
Yeah.
been so awesome.
Yeah, on our last episode, Ken was mentioning that he really enjoyed Hoppers and he was wishing this was more of a summer feature because more bang for your buck during the summer. But honestly, this is why Disney puts some of their titles in March, is for the spring break, springtime corridor. And March, while March isn't like the biggest of releases necessarily this year, there's been a track record of it being a very productive movie month, I'd say.
Absolutely. That spring break across the country throughout the month of March and into April really does has bolstered this time of year for sure.
Yeah.
If you just get the right content, it does have to play for kids, for families.
Does still have to be good.
Yeah. Like, I hate to say it, but Captain America didn't really work at this time. And they're not always going to work. But when they do, it can really work out for theaters.
Well, speaking of not working, Scream 7, do we want to bring that up?
I'm so thankful it's dropping. Because I do not have room for it. I am like looking at this like Mario, like, issue. And I'm like, I do not have enough screens. Something has to start dropping off. Like, and I can't have Scream 7 like hitting into perpetuity. Like I need it to go. So
But this,
I'm like, oh, this opened up a
But
screen.
dang.
but this is great. Like I was gonna say great that it's so not cluttered, but competitive.
Yeah.
Competitive
yeah.
is the right word for this. But yes, Dane, and the fact that we were crossing our fingers that it wouldn't have a massive drop off just because of how much of a boom that opening weekend was.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because I feel like it is one of those like, oh, we're going to see it first and then we don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
Or once the hype is out, once you know who did it, once you know, all that kind of stuff.
No, you don't want
then
to
you
be
don't
spoiled.
need to- yeah.
And then it's good.
Yeah, it's
So-
definitely part of that new culture that we're facing where if you're not first, then you're far behind.
Yeah.
Right.
And I also wonder about the movie's quality possibly too. Like I haven't seen it myself, but
Fair.
for it to be like a 70% drop off, I wonder if there wasn't good word of mouth from that
Yeah.
opening weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's so funny with the last one that I saw in theaters. It's such a fun theatrical experience. And then watching it again, or even like watching it at home, it was like, oh, this movie actually wasn't that great. But the experience of it in theater with the whole crowd is such a great thing. But then seeing it in another way was like, oh, okay. Well, at least I did it that one time.
I think with like horror movies, if it's how you think it's going to go, because they're pretty formulaic,
They
can
are,
be,
yeah.
then I can see they're being front loaded with the drop off because you know what to expect. There's nothing to revisit.
Right, it is Scream 7.
Right. So when I see a drop off like that, I don't usually think quality is probably the issue. I just think that the story is just what people exactly thought it was, and there's no reason to go back. There was no little gem in it that's like, ooh, there's a twist in there that kind of was like, I'll take somebody else for them to be surprised by. There's not like none of that part. But and that's okay.
We had a great opening, and that was
Scream
awesome.
movies. We just sometimes it's week to week. You just need a good pop, and you don't expect it to last forever. On that.
Yeah, it's so hard in this industry to talk yourself into a good thing for it to be a week to week sort of plan, or if you want there to be a long game to the plan.
Right. Yeah, it just it's so nuanced, our industry. Like, is there enough product? If there's not enough product, I need the product to last. So then I want things to like be really good and hold up. I also want it just so that they keep making good movies. Like just to keep it going. But then when there's so much product, like there is at certain times, certain weeks of the year, it's like I just need something to die off. Like there's just too many movies right now to fit.
Well, yeah, you were saying that for March. Like, what are the movies that you're kind of keeping an eye on for the remainder of the month? And
oh,
even
obviously
into April?
Project Hail Mary. Yeah. And in fact, I think that's got good reviews. It's got growing word of mouth. Like I think there's some interest in it. Adding some more screens. That one should play well through Mario. I don't think Reminders of Him is going to be that strong. I think it'll just be okay, but it's one that'll hopefully like a scream, like pop and then die.
It'll come and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely for a certain audience, which is great.
And then actually April is really tough. Like so many other studios and product got out of the way for Mario, which they should, because it's going to be
dominate.
huge. But it's going to dominate for like 2 weeks maybe. Like there's some opportunity there, and there's not a lot of great films in April. So it's really just Mario. A couple others. I mean, there's Devil's Wears Prada too, and there's
That's gonna be
That's
in May, though.
beginning of May.
Is
So
that
not even
already
that.
in May?
Beginning of May,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
May
I'm booking
1st.
so far ahead that now it's. So I guess we got.
But it goes to where you were saying.
Yeah.
I guess I got Drama from A24 with and then A Great Awakening, which is a roadside film.
Right.
But those are pretty small. And then I've got The Mummy, Lee Cronin's The Mummy,
from Warner
and
Bros. Good
now-
looking trailer.
yeah, but it just looks like another horror film. So I mean, I would be really surprised if it popped $30 million. Like, I think that looks like a 10 million to 15 if we're really, really lucky,
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
or less.
Nah, more than that.
You think so?
I think with even just the mummy, like the Brendan Fraser mummies, with that having like a re-release, obviously it's like different things, but people are like, oh, mummy movies. I have hope that it'll be a boost. And with Warner Brothers horror success last year, I think that'll hopefully stir up
I'm
some more
hoping
too.
that there's a surprise there.
Yeah.
And then what's after that, Kyle?
After The Mummy.
Oh, is Sheep Detective and that in
That's-
April? Or
that's
is that
gonna be in
May?
May.
Gosh, May is looking so good.
I know May's stacked.
May is
Yeah.
doing that thing where it's too
many.
jam-packed for kids when it's not the time. Anyway, we'll
Yeah.
get to that another day. I'm hopeful for the drama, although I have begun to have nerves about A24 trying to have star-led movies, and they just don't have the pop that they should have. Just
Yeah.
between Glenn Powell's How to Make a Killing,
So sad.
Dwayne Johnson, Smashing Machine. I know Timothy Chalamet, we had a great run with Marty Supreme, but I think that's the exception, not the rule at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just feel like if they want to step up and be a major and like be working with these big stars, like they have to be doing a better job with these titles.
Yeah.
I think, marketing wise, they have to show why you need to go and keep going. I think A24 is really good at marketing to the A24 audience, but I wonder if there's a difference between the drama and the horror and
okay.
other aspects. So I just wonder if they're branching out, if they haven't found their rhythm yet with the dramas.
Possibly. I don't know. I thought between Challengers and I guess I could lump Marty Supreme, even Materialists. Like,
Which had an okay opening, not amazing, but
I guess
10.
it wasn't as high as I was imagining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there was some positive movement, but it just has stalled.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
need to, I feel like,
this will be a good test.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just finding a screen available with all of my multiples of Mario's that I have.
Mario has been dominating the conversation
Yeah.
for sure.
What's after? 424. What's that one?
Let's plan out your bookings.
Yeah. Is Forbidden Fruits that one? No.
Yeah, from IFC.
Yeah.
We should actually try to get a screener for that. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. That they're stepping out with that one. I'm giving them a lot more.
Yeah.
But it really, I can't think of all the big titles that I had in my mind are in May.
Yeah.
Like April is really just 4 weeks is just all dominated
just
by
all
Mario.
Mario.
And which is great, but
Well,
in a
Michael.
10-plex.
Michael Jackson at the end.
Oh,
of the
there
month.
you
Yeah.
go. That I knew there was one at the end, but
Yeah,
that's
sorry,
at the
they all blurred
end.
together.
Yeah, that is at the end.
So that's like almost a May title. But yeah, you in a 10-plex, I give like 3 or 4 screens to Mario. I still have 6 other screens. And if everything else is dying off as quick as it is, and there's nothing there to replace, this is where you're like, oh, feast or famine on these bookings.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alyssa, you can agree with that, right?
Oh, yep. No, it's Mario. We're busted. And all my little guys. Which it just makes sense. I mean, it's going to be so huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I
actually.
can't wait. It looks beautiful. God, the animation looks so good.
It looks so good, and I like all the new characters, and
It's just such a, I don't know. Because you have the kids, but then you have nostalgia of, it's just great.
I had to take my son shopping the other night, and the Targets and the Walmarts are starting to get their Mario merch, and
Oh, I bet.
we're like
Yeah.
gearing up. It is not as much as I thought they would have. Like, I feel like Universal really blew out Wicked merch like crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm not seeing the same blowout on the Mario merch, but I wonder if they don't have as much control over that is because of Nintendo.
Because Nintendo, the whole
Yeah.
side of it, yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo's pretty lock and key with their IP.
Because they already have their own separate deals on their stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess speaking of Mario, we can jump into a broader topic
Yeah.
with Universal. Just before we recorded, they announced that starting now, basically, they are going to increase their theatrical exclusive window. So for lately, the past couple of years, it's been 3 weeks essentially, plus or minus however the box office works out. But starting now, it's going to be an exclusive theatrical window of 5 weeks. And then in 2027, from there on out, it's going to be 7 weeks of an exclusive theatrical window.
weekends.
Weekends, yes.
Yeah. So it's like 4.5 weeks or 5 weekends and then a little bit.
Right. The one other thing to note about it is that this applies to all Universal releases, but not Focus
Focus.
feature titles.
Which makes sense. I just don't think Focus at the art house
Doesn't have
level.
the longevity for that.
They don't
Plus-
have the longevity, and they need platforming, and so their whole way they distribute is different. So that makes sense.
You can also say like the adult demographics that they usually lean towards are lesser of the movie-going crowd compared to younger audiences.
Yeah.
So the older audiences would probably prefer to have those movies be handed to them quicker compared to the other generations, which still isn't fun to say, but that just might be the reality.
I like how that they're getting away from the shenanigans of how a film opens. You know, when they announced that, like that the 50 million mark was going to be the plus or minus. I remember Kyle and I going down and we went through all of their titles in the last couple years pre-pandemic, and we counted how many actually hit that mark, and it wasn't as many. And I was like, why would any theater chain agree to this? Because it's going to get harder post-pandemic to hit these marks because we're just not seeing it. Like, we knew at that time we weren't seeing it.
And that was a year into the pandemic as well.
Right. And so that's why...
there was a lot of unknown.
Yeah. And that's why everybody now, you know, what is it, 6 years later, is like, oh... Universal does 3 weekends. Well, yeah, they do 3 weekends because not very many of their films opened over $50 million because this is the reality of the post-pandemic box office is that a lot of them are in that 30 to 40, which is a great range. I mean, Hoppers just did that and still dominates.
That's still no small number. Like, that's still really good.
But it's not that 50. And so that whole system was so bad to, you know, from the beginning. And so I'm really glad to see Universal pushing it back because it does. Like, we all knew that when you go through all your streaming menus and you see something that you knew played in theaters, it just is more valuable to you as a person. Like, you're like, I think this quality is going to be better. I'm more able to click on this and I want to see this more.
I'm very curious to see how general audiences will respond to this. I don't think necessarily it's going to be what happened 6 years ago. They don't know of the announcement.
Yeah, people aren't going to know.
But over time, they're going to see the changes in things.
Yeah, why can't I watch this yet?
Where is it?
That's what happened with years ago when they were like, has anyone noticed that movies are just available now? And I think over time, it'll take a while like it did previously, but I really feel like we'll get back to where that's the norm. And you know, it probably will be a bit frustrating for audiences because they're used to things being immediate and it's awesome for them. Like, it's exciting. But I think over time, this will be a good thing for the industry, obviously, and a good thing for audiences, too.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And I just think that Universal's catching on to what Disney knew the whole time.
Right? Yeah.
Like, that's been Disney's whole model. Exclusivity, pulling back, you know, the supply of your product is what creates all the demand for it. I mean, the whole, like, Disney Vault thing. The movies are going back in the vault. Like, is this just a new version of that? They're still in theaters. You have to pay premium. You have to pay for this experience, and then you can have it for your free streaming.
So let's break this down then for the majors. Universal has this new windowing plan. Disney's is around 60 days.
60,
so.
yeah.
All right. Paramount. Where's Paramount at right now? Are they still 45?
I think they're
It's still a good chunk.
I think they're 30 to 45.
Okay. And Warner Bros. Is the same, if I remember right.
You know, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Warner Brothers now because of all of the merger talk.
Yeah, true.
Because Warner Brothers they also did some weird shenanigans where it was exclusive for 30 days and then it went to streaming and then it came back, or
PVOD.
Probably. And then, I don't know, there was some back and forth with that I just haven't. I just don't have HBO Max, so I don't know.
No, I mean, even me having HBO, I don't know if that's the thing with it or not.
Yeah, I'll have to pay attention.
Yeah, but anyway, maybe if they get inherited by Paramount, maybe they'll go to that 45-day window entirely. Or this is kind of a little bit of a worry, which I don't mean to really like fall upon people, but maybe they go the focus features route. You know, if they keep Warner Bros.
No, I don't think they will.
No?
I'm really sure that David Ellison was talking longer theatrical windows as part of his bid to get Warner Brothers and against Netflix, because Netflix was pushing 14 days. Like,
they would have. Yeah.
And then they like right at the end they were like, we can do 17 days, which was the Universal.
Yeah.
No.
And now
the 3 weekends. Now we're all out of that.
And then Sony's pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, Sony has a longer theatrical because they don't have a streaming service to put it on. So
the streaming side of things, what do you think this means for movies going from theaters through Universal to their streaming service? Do you think they are still going to be in the streaming game, or do you think this means they'll pull a Sony and start just selling their stuff.
I think they'll still be a streaming. I think the PVOD is really lucrative for them. I think all they're doing is just pushing out theatrical. So I bet that so they can extend PVOD longer.
Yeah. They have a good chunk of titles, so I think people will be ready for that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That all does make sense then, because they were also, I believe, when the pandemic was hitting, they were the first ones to pull the trigger and do PVOD entirely. They were the ones that caused the chain reaction of it. I think it was the Trolls movie. That's what it felt like.
Could have been. I don't remember exactly.
It was 6 years ago.
I know, so long ago. And
not that we really want to dwell on it, but just
Right.
for all this coverage that we've been doing on it, it's just
I know
helpful.
that from their remarks that they have made that they do not believe that PVOD has an effect on theatrical, but I think that theaters have always pushed back on that. There's always been, and I just wonder at this point if now they finally are relenting, and part of this change is saying yes, PVOD, which is the premium video on demand. This is where you pay the $20 for your rental. This isn't the just straight to streaming.
Yeah.
If that wasn't undercutting them, at least to the point where enough theaters were like, look, it's on PVOD. We don't want to hold you anymore. So we got your opening, great, but there's no incentive for us to hold you. And I think they were getting pushed back on that.
Well, great job on theaters to have that pushback then. Props to you guys.
And it's probably for the creative community too, because I'm sure that as you constrict where movies are made or where movies are distributed, then the creatives, I think, have more control and say like, okay, there's not very many places I could take this. If you want my loyalty, this is what I want.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know about the Nolan thing?
Yeah, well, when we were talking about it,
We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
It was funny because we were talking yesterday just about like what movies we think we'll do, and we mentioned like The Odyssey as how we think it's going to measure up in terms of things compared to Oppenheimer, and I just was explaining to them like the situation with Nolan and Warner Bros. And Universal, and how when he was negotiating with Universal, his movies had to be the 90-day theatrical window.
Yeah.
Or I believe it was 90 days, but yeah, because he didn't like what Warner Bros. Was doing with the shorter windows and the streaming and all that. So
Yeah. I mean, Warner Brothers lost him because he had been with them forever. And so
15 years probably.
Longer. I mean, he had his offices there and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that it's crucial to get those directors, those people that can create a movie that you can bank on their names.
for sure.
So,
Well, yeah. Happy about this. This is great news, especially with the stresses that we've been having in the industry with, you know, the Warner Bros. Thing, for example.
I hope the narrative is that theatrical is not going away now. Like, this is, again, another major distributor, another studio saying theatrical exclusivity is good for our whole industry and ecosystem. Like, I just hope that now that shifts the narrative, that we're not dying, that things are continuing on, that we're looking up, barring any catastrophic events like any more strikes or, you know, world-ending pandemics. Like, our industry will be back, and it's good, and it's growing and thriving.
Universal will have the biggest applause at CinemaCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer we won't see that.
I know, because we're not going.
Yeah, we
this
won't be
year.
going. I guess there's your announcement for that,
Yes.
by the way. But yeah, Universal should be expecting red carpets and people buying them lots of drinks.
Yes.
So,
Oh, good. It'll be all good at CinemaCon for them.
yeah. Yeah. So I think that wraps up that big news. Anything to add on otherwise?
No, exciting.
All right.
See how it unfolds.
Ready?
Yeah,
Oh,
Cody.
here
You
we
ready
go.
to talk
about
Shanghai
Shanghai
Noon? Okay, my odd couples pick movie. Mine and somebody else's. I think.
Mine too.
Right. So
You switched yours out, right?
I did. Yeah. I
Nice.
put it
Nice.
somewhere else.
Nice.
yeah, she threw an extra one in.
did.
I just thought the whole like cowboy, like Imperial Guard ninja, like dynamic was really fun. And
Yeah.
I remembered why Owen Wilson was so big in the early 2000s. Like, he's so charismatic on screen as that lovable, like, I'm just a nice
just
guy.
Owen.
Yeah.
Alyssa, we
Golly gee.
were talking about this morning. It's just there's just something about him that you're just like, oh, Owen, there you go again. Like,
Yeah.
you
Not
just can't
threatening.
not like him.
He's so charismatic, handsome. Yeah. in like a interesting, fun way. I was like, I'm just really enjoying it. Jackie Chan is awesome. I mean,
of course.
Yeah.
Talk about charisma there too. And the whole, I did feel like it was like, oh yeah, this is still like early 2000s movie, 90s movie that culturally appropriates stuff. And now I'm like, ooh,
Oh, massively.
like
yeah.
this is not accurate at all. And I probably shouldn't worry about it because I'm just enjoying this.
You can't think too hard about that for those movies. Like,
You cannot.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
I mean, not.
I'm like, how do they speak so much good English when he only ever had a book and he was an Imperial Guard? They had to have an interpreter.
He's a good learner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. So smart. Genius level.
How about you, Alyssa? Anything to add on?
No, it was fun. I threw it in because Austin wanted to throw it in. He one of the movies that his family watched all the time. So it was my first time watching like all the way through. I know it's fun.
Yeah,
You can't. I love Jackie Chan. He's just so, like you said, he's charismatic, but his fight style with mixing with parkour and just funny comedic moments, like it's just a blast. It's always fun to watch.
Yeah. I did love the humor, the stupid dialogue in it, the lines. It just is one of those like early 2000s movies that I'm just like, grew up watching.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any Jackie Chan movies where he really doesn't have chemistry with someone he's playing opposite of, but at least for like his bigger stuff that I can think of off my head, he always just had a playful attitude and he wasn't worried about image almost. I mean, maybe for better or for worse, but just in terms of him just being able to play off of actors so well and just be in on jokes or be able to be a part of the jokes just so effortlessly. I don't know how much of like a trained actor he was. Like that's kind of stuff I want to learn more about him, but
Yeah, for sure.
between that and the martial arts and the parkour, that because we were talking about that too, Alyssa, the parkour, and just wondering whether he did that himself or if he had like a team to help with that.
Yeah, I was gonna look up and see if he did because I think Jet Li for his movies did like all of the fight choreography. So it wouldn't surprise me if Jackie Chan did all of his own like choreography too.
I bet he does.
Probably. It's
That's
all so
possible.
seamless and smooth that it's just so clever and always fun to watch.
Yeah, and he always, again, like he's in on the sense of humor of things.
He's such a great comedic actor. I
Yeah.
really didn't
Even
realize
physically.
it. And physically, like it's such a talent. And you're watching him, and I'm like, God, I always remembered loving his movies and watching him fight, but this is also hilarious.
Yeah. I love the bathtub scene where they get drunk and play drinking games in
That
their
was- that
tubs
was
and
good.
then they end up in the same tub.
Yeah.
Just little stuff like that. It was so funny.
It, again, like you were saying about the obvious cultural appropriation stuff and some of the grossness that came with that sense of humor at the time, but there's also nice moments in between where like there's an effort to be like, hey, like obviously it's supposed to be not of the same world necessarily, but we're
right.
coming together and we're having a good time. And there's
The
just
tone, the tone of it is so good. It's so innocent and it's just
right.
it's just fun. It's nothing like there's no putting anybody down for anything. It's not making fun of cultures. It's just for the fun of the movie.
Maybe the representation isn't up to snuff, but you're right though. Like it's
Not mean.
no, I wouldn't say mean, but anyway, I had a kick out of it too. Yeah. This week I've been in a weird mood, so it was kind of nice to like have a pick me
With
up
with
like
everything
that.
going on, it's always fun to tap into one of these every once in a while. At least for me, it's not usually like the speed of movies that I watch, but it's fun.
For sure.
I did watch it with my boys, and I did have to explain what a brothel was, though, because they're like, "Where are they at?
Yeah.
What are they doing?" I'm like, "Oh, this is weird. There's nothing actually bad in it, but just little concepts that you don't think that you have to explain."
Well, I mean, at least you get to explain it and not have
Yeah.
to find out in some weirder way, I suppose.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. Silver linings, right?
Yeah.
Just so weird watching
Controlled
movies
environment.
as a parent. No.
Yeah, because you have to, like, think of the, not hoop jumping, but just think of, like, oh, obviously I would know about this, but that probably had to be explained to me at one point. So it's.
Oh, and then I
funny.
just think I'm going to show this to my boys. They're going to think Jackie Chan is awesome and this is going to be so funny. And instead I walk away being like, I just described what a brothel was. I did not have that on the bingo card thinking that's what we would experience with this movie.
This is not the memory that I painted.
Yeah. So I think I got to watch these bucket pig movies just by myself or so I can enjoy it again.
Let them learn.
Yeah.
Let them live life through movies, right? It's fine.
All right.
Let's have Cody
All right.
choose.
I gotta choose Ken's, hopefully. Men in Black. This is Ken's, I think.
Hey, classic.
What a great classic.
Yes, so good. I'm so excited to show the boys this one too.
Oh yeah, well,
That's fun.
yeah.
All these like 90s and 2000s movies.
Yeah.
They're right at the prime age, like preteens. So
No, this is like a really cool sci-fi
Yeah.
comedy for
Yeah.
preteens. Absolutely. And for all ages as well, including us.
Absolutely.
right. I think it'll hold up. That era was
It
that
does.
time in the 90s, like Independence Day, Men in Black, that special effects still hold up to this day, I think. So I'm looking forward to this.
I'd agree with that. 90s special effects is pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, probably a lot of it was practical though too. So it
Yeah.
was, they
Like
had
the smaller alien creatures for sure. At least off the top of my head. But yeah, that's going to be a fun pick to rewatch again.
yeah.
Yeah, so we can wrap this up for the day unless if there's anything else we want to add on. But
Nah.
honestly, good news all around. Hopper's performing well. Project Hail Mary, I think we're feeling more confident in
Yep.
it now. And Universal, way to do a good decision.
Yay. End the
All
week
right.
on a high.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that boosted everyone's spirits as well. And we'll be back next week with another episode.
Yep. Take care.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.